What's up, YouTube? Hey, it's me, Big Mo. It is Wednesday, November the 24th, the day before Thanksgiving, and I'm back here behind Heather's place and pulling out a trail camera and getting ready for the 2021 Pennsylvania rifle season. I'm going to fill you guys in on what I've been doing for the last year. I know you haven't seen my face in a year, and we're going to get all that caught up in this video and a little bit of rifle hunting to boot. Like I said at the beginning of all my videos, let's get this damn video started. Well, first and foremost, let me say I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving with your family and your friends, and everything went well for me. My daughter stopped over with her boyfriend, and they hung out for a while with us, and Heather's daughter came over with her kids and husband, and it was a real nice Thanksgiving here at my house. As you can see, I am at my house right now, and it is buck season eve here. It's Friday night, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to go to bed early because they're dreaming of that trophy of a lifetime in Pennsylvania to put that big buck down first thing in the morning. And I wish you the best luck in the world, including myself, as far as whether you can shoot a buck, a doe, or even just a legal buck, a half rack. It don't matter to some, and also to me. A trophy's a trophy, no matter how big it is. You feel good about it no matter what. So I wish you the best of luck tomorrow. And you're probably wondering, why are you not at the Wasp Nest Camp? The reason why is back in the spring I told Tiger I had every intentions to hunt this year behind my house. I have not hunted behind my house in rifle season on the opening day of deer season here in Pennsylvania since my daughter was hunting, and that's been many years ago. So I really wanted to get a buck. I told him, I said I think my chances would be better due to more hunters in the area. We'd have a better shot at getting a buck. Well, it's been a long year since I put a video out, and I'm sure you guys have been waiting, and it's been long overdue. And the truth be known, the only reason my videos have not been coming out is because, like I said before, I'm a blue-collar guy. The company I work for has always been really good to me, and the job that I was doing the last two hunting seasons for them, it kind of dismissed. The job didn't exist for this year, and they were good to me. They wanted to try me out in a couple different things, and they put me in another different truck, and the job worked out really well for me, and it also came with very long hours and a lot of work. So I ended up being able to do it. I made it through the season, but like I said, there was no time for me to make it to the Wasp Nest Camp. There was no time for me to go fishing. There was no time for me to do anything. I mean, I was a single guy. I was working 6 days a week from dark to dark, and on Sundays I had to cut grass and do all the things that, you know, clean house and do all the things that, you know, a gentleman's wife would be doing, you know, while he was working, and then would free his Sundays up. But that didn't happen for me because I lived alone. So making videos, I mean, what was I going to make a video of me dusting off my end tables or something? I mean, that just wasn't going to happen. But that was the reason why there was no videos. And even during the holidays, I mean, trying to balance, you know, housework and having a girlfriend and the whole 9 yards, it was just really hard. And I just didn't make it up to the Wasp Nest Camp. I mean, it was sad to say, but it was the truth. And I got tons and tons of emails and people asking, if I was okay, what was going on, why wasn't I putting on any videos, and now you know the reason why. I mean, I try to respond to a lot of them. I might not have got to every one of them because, like I said, I was working so much, but the reason why the videos stopped is just because of work itself. As far as fishing went, I mean, I did get a couple chances to go out, like in early May. I had my boat out not even 5 times all year long. I mean, that's pretty pathetic, but I worked. And like I said, I had a really good year at work. And so there wasn't a whole lot of fishing. There was 0 camping. And then hunting began. And as far as archery season, my only opportunity to hunt archery was going to be the final Sunday of the year. And I did have one doctor's appointment, and I said I'd probably be able to go to after that a doctor's appointment. But those were the only 2 opportunities I saw at the beginning of archery season that was even going to happen, and I really debated on even buying a license, to be truthful with you. And but I figured since after Christmas I'd be off, go ahead and buy the archery license, and lo and behold, I put trail cameras up, wishful thinking that I was going to get to archery hunt. And it was a shame because on Sundays after I got done cutting grass and stuff, I'd go back, I'd pull the card, I'd check the cameras, and of course, there'd be doe back here. And I ended up putting a trail camera behind Heather's also. And I had a couple nice 8 points on it. I was pretty excited about. And then, of course, I was getting phone calls from Tiger and Vince. And, they were all telling me, hey, there's a lot of big bucks up here this year. This is going to be the year, blah, blah, blah. That same old shit every year. But I knew back then that I was going to hunt home. That was my plan. And as the weeks went on, I seen less and less deer on camera up at Heather's and seen more and more does on my cameras here at home. And I thought, well, if the does are hanging around, once the rut comes in, bucks should automatically start coming in. So lo and behold, as we started getting into late October, I did start getting some nighttime photos of bucks. And I had actually 4 or 5 legal bucks behind my house at one time. And they, like I said, none of them were big trophy bucks or anything. There was one real big, nice, I don't know if he was an 8 or a 9, but he was a good sized buck, definitely something I'd be more than proud to shoot. And I got him on camera quite a few times. And then I started getting a few daytime photos. And I told my buddy that I work with, I said, I think the rut's on. I said, I'm getting some bucks chasing does, and I'm getting pictures of bucks in the daytime. Really wasn't seeing much for rubs, didn't see much for scrapes, but all this was going on at my house. And on Heather's end of it, I really wasn't getting a whole lot of buck pictures. I don't know what happened over there, but the bucks just didn't seem like they were in the area. So as time went on, we got into November, and on November the 5th, I called Demas up, and I told him, I says, hey, I'm going to hunt behind the house tonight, and I got tomorrow, that I can hunt behind the house. I said, I just so happen I'm going to be off. And that night I packed up all my stuff, and I went out to the blind, and I didn't get out there till a couple hours before dark, of course. And I pulled the trail camera card, and I brought my card reader, and I got into the blind, and I was checking the card. And I was like, again, I was getting some bucks on the cameras. And I says, man, who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll see a buck tonight. And I text Demas, and he's up in a tree stand at his place, and I'm telling him. And he says, hey, good luck, they're in the whole 9 yards. Well, that night, I didn't end up seeing anything. I mean, not a single tail. And I was really shocked because I had quite a few deer on camera, but the majority of the deer I was seeing was in the morning hours, between 8 in the morning and like noon. That's when the bucks seemed to be moving. So I didn't let it get me down. I packed up all my stuff. I went back to the house. Saturday morning I woke up. I texted Demas. I said, hey, I'm getting ready to head out to the blind. And he said, the best of luck. He said he had a real good feeling about today with me. He said, I think today's your day. You're going to get a buck. And I said, boy, I hope you're right, buddy. I said, I've been getting some pictures. And I sent him some pictures of the bucks that I was getting on camera. And he said, I got a feeling. He said, today's your day. And lo and behold, I went out into the blind, and the first hour or so went by. Demas had texted me, asked me if I seen anything, and I said I ain't seen a damn tail yet. And me and him, we chatted back and forth a little bit. He hadn't seen anything either. And I put the camera down, and I happened to look off to my right hand side out in front of me, probably about 30 yards or so. And the strangest thing happened. I seen this deer, and it started working its way toward me. And I'm going to show you the little bit of footage that I took of this deer. Now you have to understand, when a deer comes out, you got to be ready. You got to have a bow in hand and the whole 9 yards. That deer walks within 25 yards of my blind. I didn't have buck fever in any way, shape, or form. I freehand shot at that deer at 25 yards with my 20-yard pin, which I've shot 1,000,000 times. I have floodlights on the back of my house, and they aim right at my target, and I've shot 20, 25, 30, 35 out to 40 yards behind my house. I wouldn't shoot at a deer that far, but I took those shots, and I can group an arrow to where the other arrows touch. That's how good I was getting groups when I was shooting. I had all the confidence in the world. I texted Demas. I said, "You're never going to believe this." I said, "I just got a shot at a buck," and I said it was a legal buck. And he asked me, did I hit it? And I says, "I don't know." I said, "I haven't even gotten out of the blind yet." So lo and behold, I decided, I didn't want to go pushing it. I said, let me just go to where it was standing, where I shot, see if there's any blood or hair. Well, I walked back, and I took a look, and I see no blood. I see no hair. And I thought to myself, there's no way in hell I missed this deer. There's no way in hell. It couldn't have happened. And I'm looking around, and I started walking further back. Maybe it started bleeding. And I started walking. I see no blood. I see no hair anywhere. I happen to look, and I see my fletchings sticking out of the hillside. I walked over to the arrow, or bolt, and I pulled it out of the hillside. Now, I use an expandable broadhead, which is a pretty good brand name. And I use 100 grain field tips and 100 grain expandable broadheads. I pulled it out, and this broadhead buried itself in a hillside. It didn't break the collar. The blades didn't deploy. And I thought to myself that this is unreal. I mean, why wouldn't the blades be deployed? But I was hurt more that I missed, because there was no blood on the bolt whatsoever. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I turned around and I walked back to the blind, because all my stuff was in the blind. I texted Demas. I said, "I can't believe this." I said, "I missed." And he said, "How far was it?" And I said, 25 yards. And because I have a rangefinder, so I knew exactly how far it was. And he says, "You got to be kidding me." And I was going over the shot in my mind. I ended up sitting there watching it on my camera, and I could not believe that I missed this deer. So Demas asked me if I was going to head for home, and I says, "No." I said, "That deer never seen me. I had no idea I was here. All I heard was an arrow hit the hillside and took off." But give it a little bit of time. I sat in the blind, and like I said, I was really heartbroken that I missed this deer. And I decided to pick up my grunt tube and do a little bit of grunting. I started doing a little bit of grunting, and of course nothing happened, but a little bit of time went by. I happened to look over, and I seen something moving, and I realized it was a deer. So I turned on the camera again. This time it was behind a thicket, and I could see its silhouette back there, and I wasn't sure if it was a buck or doe at first, but it was doing something. I wasn't sure what it was doing, and then it stood up on its back legs, and I seen its head stick up over the thicket, and it was rubbing its face on a branch that was sticking down. And I said, "Oh my God, it's that buck. He's back. He's making a scrape. That's what he's doing." And I waited and I waited to see if he was going to come out in front of me where I get a clear shot at him. And he did, and he turned and he walked back into the heavy cover. And I didn't get a shot at him. And I texted Demas. I said, "You're never going to believe this one." I said, I was grunting, and the son of a bitch came back. And I told him I didn't get a shot or anything. And so he had asked me, he said, "Well, you heading home now?" And I said, "No." I said, "I'm going to stick it out a little bit." So we got done texting. I started grunting some more and nothing. And a little bit more time had passed, and I happened to look, and here come a deer down over the hill. And I says, you gotta be absolutely kidding me. So I turned on the camera, and this is what happened. Now when you look at this on the video, you can see the deer's face staring into the camera. From what I could see, I couldn't see its neck, and I couldn't see its head at all. I knew it had 3 up when I seen it from a distance when I was turning the camera on. And all I could see was its front shoulder to its tail, wide open. So I raised the crossbow, took off the safety, wasn't shaking, nothing. I fired a shot. Deer took off. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, oh my God, I had to have hit it. I had to have hit it. So I decided to shut the camera off. I decided to play back the footage to see if I could see where I hit it. And it was a little tough to see because on these video cameras, the screen that you view is very small. So I texted Demas and I told him, I said, you're never going to believe this one. I got a second shot at this buck. So of course he asked me, did you hit it? And then I said, I don't know. I said, I'm guessing I did. I said, I'm going to get down right now and check for blood and hair. And he says, no. He said, give it a good hour. Just get out of there, go home for a little bit, and then go back and check. I said, no. I said, I'm going to walk over just to where it was at, and I'm going to check for blood and hair. And I said, and if that don't show me something, I said, then I'll head out. So I walked over to where it was standing. There was no blood. There was no hair. I flip open the video camera, and I got my face right up to the damn thing, trying to see if I could tell where it had hit. I couldn't tell. So I decided to go download the footage into my computer so I could see it on a bigger screen. I still couldn't really tell whether I'd hit this deer or not. So I played it in slow motion. And I'll show you what it looked like in slow motion. Okay, as you can see, to me, the deer doesn't even look like it moves until the arrow went over the deer. So I kind of thought, well, maybe I missed. Well, let me go find this arrow. So I went back there and I'm looking all over the place and I cannot find the arrow. There's only 3 deer trails because it's so damn thick back here. So I decided to start following the deer trail in the direction the deer had ran off, and I'm looking for blood, and you know, it's all thorn bushes back here. I mean, it's terrible to walk through, but I did. I went all through it, and I stayed out there till probably 12:30 in the afternoon, and I finally gave up. I ended up coming back. I searched for the arrow some more. I could not find the arrow to save my life, and I told Demas, I said, I cannot believe this. I said, I missed. I said, I had to have missed. Well, Demas is kind of thinking I'm bullshitting him. I said, Demas, I filmed this. And you're going to end up seeing the film of me missing this freaking deer now twice. Twice. I seen it 3 times in one day, and I shot twice. I came back to the house, and I was so angry that I thought, well, maybe somehow my scope got bumped or something, because Demas didn't even mention that. He said that, you know, it could have been possible that you bumped your scope. So I took the expandable off the arrow. I put a 100 grain field tip on it. I went out on the back porch, took the safety off, shot my target at 25 yards. I hit dead center. Dead center. Went out, pulled the arrow out of the block, unscrewed the field tip, put an expandable broadhead on it, shot at the target. It missed the entire target and buried itself somewhere under the ground of my lawn. I can't even find a damn arrow. I called Demas. I said, you're never going to believe this one. I told him what had happened. He said, you're kidding me. I said, no. He said, are you sure you bought the right grain expandable for the field tip? I said, yes, I did. I said, I'm all done. I said, I always shot muzzies. I've killed a lot of deer with muzzies. And I said, screw these things, they're going in the garbage, and I'm going to buy muzzies. So I left, went to Dunham Sports, bought muzzies, screwed them on my arrows, shot at the target. Of course, they did not hit where the field tip was, so I had to tune them all in, and I had one arrow that shot perfect. So I shot it at 20 yards, I shot it at 25 yards, and I shot it at 30 yards. And every night when I'd come home from work, I'd flip on my floodlights, and I'd sit on my porch and take it 1 or 2 shots every night. I told Demas, I said, if I got the opportunity to hunt again, I said, I'll kill a deer with this. I said, it's just dead on. I actually wrote death right on the fletching of the arrow. And he said, with your luck, you're probably not going to see another buck. And I said, you know what, Demas? I said, you're probably right. But the following week was the week that they were going to have the Sunday hunt. And as my luck would have it, somehow, by the grace of God, they were going to give me Saturday off too. So I was going to be off the 13th and the 14th of the month. So I told Demas, I said, I'm going to get to hunt Saturday and I'm going to get to hunt Sunday. And I said, I'm going to hunt behind my house. And I said, hope to God this buck comes back. And I went to work Friday. We finished up actually a little bit early. I called Demas. I said, hey, you up in your tree stand? And he says, no, not yet. He said, but I'm going. And I said, I got off a little bit early. I said, I'm heading home now. He said, you going on the blind tonight? I said, I don't know. I said, there ain't a whole lot of time. I said, I gotta go home and take a shower and everything. I said, I'll probably just shoot and get ready for in the morning. And I said, that's pretty much my plan. So I came home and I took a shower and I went out on the porch and I decided to take a shot. 25 yards, I shot that block with that muzzy broadhead. I hit it dead center. I said, piss on this. I went and put my camo on and I decided to go out to the blind. I get out in the blind and, well, before I got into the blind, I pulled the trail camera card and I'm sitting in the blind and I'm looking at it in my viewer, and of course I got pictures of bucks and does. And I'm sitting in the blind and nothing really is going on. I'm seeing a few squirrels and whatnot, and I'm texting Demas back and forth. He's in his tree stand, I'm in the blind, and I told him, I said, I haven't seen a damn thing. And it was, I would say it's probably about 4:45, and the sun was starting to go down, and I told Demas, I said, well, I'll probably start putting my stuff in the backpack now. And I said, tomorrow's my day. I said, I'm going to get one tomorrow. And he said, yeah. He said, I hope you do, buddy, and the whole 9 yards. And I was sitting there and I was putting my drink and stuff in my backpack. And I was just getting ready to reach for the video camera to take it out of the tripod. And I happened to look over and there was a deer coming down the hill. And I couldn't even believe what happened next, but you have to watch this. Now what you just witnessed was me hitting that buck. And the craziest part of the whole thing was, when I seen that buck, I said, I am not going to shoot at this deer until it's on my side of that ravine. And when he came on on my side of the ravine, I had my safety off, and he was in a good broadside position for me to shoot. And something told me, open your other eye. I don't know what told me to do it, but I looked, and I could see through the scope at the deer perfectly. But I seen the tip of my arrow was going to hit the bottom window of my blind, and the arrow would have hit it and deflected. And I said, oh my God, I said, I got to try to stand up. So I actually raised my body up out of the chair a little bit. And by that time, it's so damn close to me, it's unreal. And I shot. And when I seen it running away, its tail was between his legs. And I knew. I said, I put a good fatal shot to this deer. So I text Demas. I said, Demas, you're never going to believe this one. And he said, what now? I said, I just shot another deer. He goes, you're kidding me. He said, a buck or a doe? And I said, a buck. He says, you bullshit me. I said, Demas, I filmed it. He said, did you hit it? I said, this time I know I hit it. I said, it ran with its tail between its legs. I said, it's hit. He says, okay. He said, gather up all your stuff, go home, and give it a good hour. I said, listen, Demas, this deer was so close to the blind. I said, I can't get out of the blind without being able to see where my arrow went, or the blood and the hair and the trail and the whole 9 yards. I said, I'm getting out. I said, I'll call you here in a few minutes. So I get out of the blind, and I get down, and I look, and there's no arrow sticking in the ground. And I'm thinking to myself, as close as it was, that arrow would have had to blown through that deer with no problem. But there was no arrow sticking out of the ground, and I was like, you gotta be kidding. So I said, where the hell's the blood? Where's the hair? Where's there anything? There was nothing. No arrow, no blood, no hair. And I said, you gotta be freaking kidding me. So I played back the video, and I look at it, and I said, the deer's hit. I said, the arrow's gotta be stuck in the deer. So I started walking back the way it, you could see where it ran off. And I called Demas. And Demas goes, listen, get the hell out of the woods. He said, give it a good... I said, Demas, there's no blood, there's no hair, there's no nothing. And I said, it's going to rain tonight. I said, I got to find this damn deer. I said, the arrow's got to be stuck in it. I said, so it ain't going to bleed very much. I said, I got to find it. I got to find some blood. So I walked across the ravine to where that big scrape was that it made, or one of them bucks made it. And I walked back, and I seen something red on the ground. And I stuck my finger in it, and I rubbed it, and I looked at it, and I says, Demas, I said, I found blood. He goes, perfect. Get your shit, get out of the woods, go put everything at home. He said, give it a good hour, and he said, then go back in. I said, Demas, it's going to rain. I said, I got to find better blood than this. I said, it's just a drop. So I started walking up on top of the dump, and I found more blood. Then I saw a little bit more blood. Then I found some good blood. But it wasn't like gallons of blood, but there was blood. So I told Demas, I said, I'm on blood. I said, it's bleeding now. He goes, okay, Mo, listen to me. Please, get the hell out of the woods. I give it an hour. Then go back. And I was just going to say, okay, Demas, you win. I'll take my shit home. And I happened to look. I got a headlamp on my head, and I seen two eyes looking at me. And I says, hey, Demas. He says, what's that? I said, does his deer's eyes glow when they're dead? And he goes, yeah, I believe so. And I said, well, there's a deer looking right at me. And he goes, is it dead? I said, I don't know. I said, I can see its two eyes. I said, it's on the ground. I said, but it's looking right at me. And he goes, you know where it's laying. Get the hell out of the woods. Again, get the hell out of the woods and give it an hour and then go back to where you see it laying. And I said, well, Demas, I said, if this deer ain't dead, it can hear you yelling at me. I said, because this is only 15 feet away from me at this point. I said, I think it's dead. So I started stomping my foot to see if I could get it to get up. And, of course, it wasn't moving. And I walk over to it, and I says, oh, my God, Demas. I said, it must be a 9-point. I said, it's got 5 on one side. He goes, you're shitting me. And I says, no. And I picked up its horn, and it had 5 on the other side. I said, Demas, it's a frickin' 10-point. I said, I ain't got no pictures of this deer. I said, I've never seen this deer. I said, it's a 10-point. I said, can you believe it? He was so happy for me. He says, Mo, he says, you got to send me a picture of that son of a bitch. So I took a picture of it, and I sent it to him. And he was so excited for me. He says, all right. He said, you know where it's at. He says, go get all your shit back home, get your quad, and get it out. And I says, okay. So I ended up, going home, and I got the quad and went back. I shined the headlights on it so I could get it all gutted out. And I drug it back with the quad and stuff. And I was so excited. But when I got when I got back with the 4-wheeler to gut it out, not that I wanted to film myself gutting it out, but I did want to film, the aftermath of it, because I had high beams on my quad and it was kind of lit up. And somehow, in all the hell of it all, the wire on my video camera broke. And I could not take any of the footage from that camera and put it into my computer. So now I have a broken video camera. I got the nicest buck I've ever killed laying here. And I'm thinking, you got to be kidding. So I ended up having to call Best Buy and see if I could get something to get the footage off of the camera into my computer at least, because I didn't want to have to buy the same camera. I wanted to actually, buy a better type camera. And they didn't have anything for me to do that. So I ended up having to purchase the same exact camera, take the SD card out of one camera, put it in the other camera, and that's how I ended up getting the footage on my computer. But it was a shitty process to do that too. It took like 6 days for the camera to come in and the whole 9 yards. But I mean, I couldn't have been happier to shoot that buck. That was really something. Demas was really happy. I mean, I called Tiger and talked to Tiger about it, and I was sending pictures to everybody and put it on my Facebook page, and everybody was excited to see me get that buck. And the greatest part about it was I got it with my buddy Pollock's bow. And I actually ended up calling his brother and telling his brother about me getting it with his bow, and he was real excited for me. And everybody, I mean, just was tickled pink, because I've wanted to do this for so long, was to get a buck kill on video on an episode of Big Mo's Hunting Fishing Camp. This has been going on for so long, and I finally did it. And the worst thing that could happen is the damn video camera breaking right in the end of it all, and I couldn't even do like a follow-up with it or anything. But it took me a little bit of time, but I found him. He's up on the edge of the dump, so I'm going to go ahead and get it gutted out. I already got him tagged, so I'll get him gutted out and get him the hell out of here. After archery season had ended, my plan was to go bear hunting, but my girlfriend's mother ended up passing away, and we decided that she was going to move in with me. So I've been in the process of trying to get her moved in, so I decided just to not bear hunt this year, and I had some other obligations too, to be truthful with you. I had a buddy of mine who was coming to put a backsplash in for me on Monday and Tuesday, so I just figured, heck with it. I got a nice buck. I'm not worried about going bear hunting this year. So I sat bear season out. Tiger wanted to know if I'd at least come up to the camp and shoot a doe. And I told him, I said, to be truthful with you, Tiger, I don't really need a doe. One deer is plenty big enough for me. I had to go out and buy a freezer because my regular, upright refrigerator freezer wouldn't even hold this whole deer. So I had to go to Lowe's and buy a new freezer just to put the damn deer in. And I still decided that my plan was I wanted to hunt home. I wanted to hunt home, not so much to even kill a deer, but I'd like to go out just to see what I would see on the first day of rifle season behind my house. Doing a little homework for possibly next year or something. If I decide to hunt here, if I decide to hunt Wasp Nest Camp, or where I decide to hunt. I mean, there's been a lot of changes in my life. My plan is, like I said, to take the crossbow out tomorrow morning behind my house. I do have 2 doe tags. I talked to my butcher about the shared harvest program. He said if I was to shoot a doe tomorrow, I could bring it to the butcher shop. It wouldn't cost me a dime. I just had to fill out some paperwork saying I donated it to the Share Your Harvest program, and they donate it to different food banks in the area, and really helps a lot of people out. And since I enjoy hunting so much, I decided that that was something I was going to do. Now, my girlfriend told me that her son really likes deer meat, which I was planning on giving him some of mine anyway, but she said, you know, if he was to shoot a doe, she said maybe I would pay for it myself and we could give it to him. And I said that's fine. I said, you know, I will not waste a deer. I just refuse to do that. So I said, if he wants some deer meat, I'm fine with giving him a whole entire deer. I said, but you know, if he just wants some of mine, I'd be happy to do it that way and donate one to the Share Your Harvest program. And like I said, to be truthful, I don't give a rat's ass whether I shoot one tomorrow or not. I just want to go out there, I want to enjoy myself, and I just want to take on the whole experience of the first day of rifle season behind my house. And I plan on hunting until I possibly kill one. Now, am I going to use the crossbow the entire season? I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But, you know, I do have my rifle, and it is sighted in and ready to go. And this video is going to continue starting tomorrow morning for my blind behind my house, but definitely with a crossbow tomorrow. We're looking for a doe. If we get an opportunity to shoot a doe, I will not shoot at one unless it's within 20 yards. 25 tops. 25's tops. And it's got to be a mature doe. That's the only way it's going to happen. And we'll see what happens. And if it doesn't happen, then maybe I'll take a ride up and see old Tiger and all them guys, and maybe do a little rifle hunting up there, try to shoot one with a rifle. But it's getting late. I'm going to get some things together and get ready for tomorrow morning, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
Getting ready to head out to the blind. Good luck, everybody. Be safe.
2021 Pennsylvania rifle deer season, buck and doe, starts right now.
Alright, hey, it's going on about 9 a.m. and checked in with Demas. So far, he hasn't seen any deer at all. I've seen a rabbit and a couple squirrels. We've had very minimal amount of shooting, but there has been some close shots, believe it or not. But maybe it was everybody's holding off to get a nice buck or to shoot a buck. Maybe they're not shooting does today, but there has been a few shots, but not as much as I honestly anticipated to happen. But we'll hold it out. We'll see what happens. And since I got the camera on, let's show some harvest pictures that people sent in to me after rifle season last year. congratulations to all you guys. I apologize for this taking so long to get it out on a video, but I never delete anybody's picture. If you send it to me, I hold it in my email and I save it. And when I make a next video, I'll be happy to put it on there. I just want to say congratulations again. I'm going to get back to my hunt. Well, hey, it's going on about 12 o'clock, and surprisingly, I haven't seen a single deer yet all morning. It's some birds and rabbits and squirrels. And so far, that's been about it. I checked in with Heavy D, and he has said he hasn't seen a single deer. So we're here, so we'll wait it out and we'll see what happens, and hopefully a doe shows up. Well, it's Sunday. Can't beat Sunday hunting. But it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm back here behind Heather's house. My plan was to use the crossbow behind my place, but the workers at the concrete factory behind my house, they must be off today. And they were shooting in some new toys, doing some target practicing back here, making a lot of noise. So I told Heather, I think I'm going to go behind your house, but I'm going to wait until noon or so, and then I'm going to shoot over. So it's about 1 o'clock, and we'll wait it out. We're looking for a mature doe. I actually brought the rifle because here I can shoot a lot further, of course, but we're only going to shoot if it's a mature doe. So hopefully today will be our day, and we'll make something happen before dark. I'll turn the camera on if we see something. Well, the sun's going down. It looks like tonight's going to be a bust. It sure is a lot darker than what it looks like in this picture, though. Behind my house in my blind, and just got done checking the trail camera. Since rifle started, there hasn't been no bucks at all that I see on camera. Quite a few does though, but that's what we're here looking for. We're looking for a doe. But I know it's Thursday and you're probably thinking, where in the hell have you been? But the truth be known, I haven't been hunting. I've been helping Heather move her stuff into my house. But all the butcher shops in our area, they're not even accepting deer at this point. They're so overwhelmed with all the deer that's been brought to them. So I figured I'd give it a few days in case I did get a deer, because you know, if the butchers can't take it, like I said, I wanted to donate to the Sherry Harvest program. I haven't butchered a deer on my own since before my accident, so truthfully I don't even know if I could skin one out anymore, you know, ripping the hide off and stuff because of my back. So I refuse to waste one. I'm out here. I talked to Demas today. He's been hunting every day. He ain't seen a dang deer since rifles began. He's got both of his cousins over at his place, and they were going to put some drives on and try to get some deer moving over there. Like I was telling them, I hadn't been hunting because the butchers are pretty much filled to the capacity of how many they can handle. Demas's cousin told me, you know, if I wanted to come out and shoot a doe, he would be more than willing to take it. He said he'd even give me some of the meat, which I really don't need, but it'll remain to be seen. First, we got to see a deer, so we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But to be truthful, I don't even know if I want to shoot another deer, but I enjoy hunting this much that I'll come out here, and if we get a chance, we'll videotape it. And if it's a big mature doe, it's going to be hard to pass it up, but we'll wait it out. We'll see what happens. The way I'm thinking right now, I probably won't even pull the trigger, but like I said, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But while I got the camera on, I wanted to do a special shout out for one of my subscribers. He contacted me through an email, and he told me that he lost his father. He passed away, and he had a photo of him and his father together. His name's Sparky. He's from Georgia, and he sent me this picture of him and his dad, that he'd be very thankful if I could post it on one of my videos. I explained to him I hadn't been making any videos, and I wasn't sure when the next one was going to be, but I'd be more than happy to do it when I got the chance. So here it is, Sparky, you and your dad with his buck. Great looking picture, Sparky, and sorry for the loss of your father. You get many more bucks as the years go on in your life, and your dad will be watching down on you, and I'm sure I'll be smiling from ear to ear when every time you get a deer, buddy. So I'm gonna get back to my hunt. Let's see what happens. Well, it's going on about 4 o'clock, good old-fashioned prime time, you know what I mean? So we got about an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15 minutes of daylight left, and we're gonna stick it out till dark. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm not real sure on the doe situation. Like I said, we'll cross the bridge when we get to it, but I just wanted to say, you know, I know all you guys was really hoping I would go to the Wasp Nest camp and for the opening rifle season like I've done every year for a lot of years. And it's just kind of strange because, you know, I made that decision, you know, back in the spring that this was what I was going to do. I wanted to hunt around home. My camera sightings are very low since rifle began here. And, you know, I talked to Tiger and I talked to Billy. And Tiger had put in for vacation time to get the first couple days of opening season off. And they pretty much begged me, you know, they really enjoy when I'm up at the camp and stuff. And you know, they really wanted me to come up because it kind of broke the tradition of all of us guys being together. Something just told me that I really wanted to hunt around home, and that's what I sought out to do. And you know, didn't bring me any luck. Tiger ended up getting a phone call apparently from work that 2 of his co-workers ended up coming down with COVID. So his 2 days that he had taken off for deer season, they were going to extend it. From what I'm to understand, Tiger didn't even hunt the first day of deer season. He was feeling a little under the weather, but he went and got tested for COVID, and he came back 100% positive for COVID. So sometimes things just happen for a reason. It just seems strange that this is the year that I wouldn't go up to the camp and be with all these guys, and Tiger come down with full-blown COVID. I'm sure a lot of other people's had COVID and they beat it. I've known a lot of people that have COVID, have had COVID, and they beat it. They didn't have any issues at all. But truthfully, you know, some people don't make it through this damn thing, and I haven't had it yet, and I don't want it. I'm not willing to roll the dice to see what's gonna happen if I end up catching COVID, because it's taking healthy people. It costs them their life. So, you know, I thank God that I made that decision to hunt around home. It was the best decision for me. Never dreamt in a million years that was gonna happen. But I'm sure glad it, you know, I decided to stay home. I wish Tiger a quick recovery from it. Hopefully he doesn't even have any issues from it, other than he says he's feeling a little sick. So I text him every day ever since I found out, and he's just got to get through it, just like everybody else has contracted this thing. And hopefully he doesn't have any issues. But I'm gonna get back to my hunt, and if we see a deer, we'll turn a video camera on. Whether I shoot or not, like I said, it will remain to be seen. So you'll either see me showing a deer on the camera, or you're gonna see darkness. Well, it's about 9:15 in the morning, and I'm back here by my house with Pull-Off's crossbow. We're out here looking for a doe. I called the butcher last night, and I asked if they were going to be taking any more deer the rest of the year, and they gave me the green light. They said, go ahead and shoot one. We'll take it for the Share the Harvest program, and that's awesome. So I'm out here this morning. Been out here since daylight. I haven't seen a single tail yet, but I did have 3 shots about 8:45 come from across the lake that didn't sound that far away. So I was in full action ready mode, but nothing's come through yet. But I texted Demas. He's still home sitting in his garage, and he hasn't ventured out yet. So of course he hasn't seen anything, and you know, I keep texting Tiger, and I feel so bad for him. I even asked him about if I was to shoot a doe, what he wanted, because it doesn't sound like he's hunting very much, but hell, he can't even get one to the butcher. So I keep you guys updated on Tiger as the week goes on, as I find things out. But while I got the camera on, I actually got people send me pictures, you know, even from this year, even though I hadn't put a video out, they wanted me to see their deer. So for them, they get to see it on this video. So my man, first one is from Buck Strang. Gotta love that name, Buck Strang. His son Donnie scored on a nice buck, and I'm going to show a picture of it now. Congratulations, Donnie. I know Buck's damn proud of you. You know, he sent me that picture, so I know he's damn proud of you. So that's absolutely awesome. I got another picture I want to show, and this one is from Brian Morgan. He doesn't live very far from me. He lives in Pulaski Township. He ended up scoring on a nice buck, and I want to show a picture of it to you now. Congratulations on the buck kill, brother. That's absolutely awesome, man. You've been pretty fortunate with the bucks, so I'm nothing but happy for you. I hope you score on a doe. And Captain Morgan's looking pretty good in the photo also, buddy. So this next one's going to go out from the property that adjoins my property up at the Wasp Nest Camp, the Eagles Nest Hunting Club, which I'm also a member of that. This one goes out to my main man, Kevin Kerr. He ended up scoring on a buck on the opening day, and he's damn proud of it, and we're all proud of it too. So I'm going to show you a picture of that now. Congratulations, Kevin. That's absolutely awesome, man. To get it up there at the camp. I really miss being up there. Me and Demas actually talked about going there this morning and hunting the day up there, but I forgot I had some obligations to do late this afternoon, so I couldn't make the trip. So maybe possibly Monday we'll go to Wasp Nest Camp if nothing happens here today. It's a little chilly here in the blind. I didn't bring the heater with me this morning. We'll wait it out. We'll see if a doe comes along. If one does, I'll turn the camera back on. Well, it's Monday afternoon. I'm out here behind the house here in the blind. We're into the second week of rifle deer season here in Pennsylvania, and we had rain all morning long. It rained right up to mid-afternoon, but the wind is blowing hard. I'm not really expecting a whole lot to be moving around, but you never know. You ain't gonna get one of them sitting on the couch, you know what I mean? But we're gonna sit it out till dark, and we'll wait it out. We'll see. Like I said, we had a good rain earlier today. Might make the deer get up and move before dark, so all we can do is give it our best shot, and pictures keep coming on in. So I'm gonna give a shout out to my man Wolfgang. You've seen him in a ton of my videos. He's always got a nice buck out on his lease in Ohio. But this year he bow hunted, and he got a nice deer on camera. So he hunted here in Pennsylvania, and he scored on a beautiful buck. I'm gonna show you guys a picture of it now. Wolfgang, I think you got a big horseshoe up your ass, buddy, because you seem to bang a nice buck every damn year. But congratulations to you, my friend. And this next one goes out to my man Dino. He's the kid that stopped up my camp a few years ago, him and that J.E., and he sent me a picture of a buck that he got. Congratulations, Dino. That's an awesome buck, man. And then he scored it on the doe the following Saturday, so you can't beat that. I'll show you guys a picture of that one now. That's 2 deer for the year, Dino. You did a great job, man. Congratulations. And this third one goes out to my man, Pat Vanaski. He actually wasn't seeing any deer in archery season. He was getting really down on his luck. He actually came and sat in my blind the last 2 days of the season. Didn't score here either. He was just hoping to put some meat in the freezer. So on Saturday he sent me a picture. He got himself an antlerless deer, and here's a picture of it. Congratulations, Pat. It's a hell of a nice doe, and it'll eat really good, my friend. So I'm gonna get this camera turned off and quiet back down, and we'll hang it up till dark. We'll see what happens. Well, it's Friday morning, and as you can see, it's still dark. I'm on my way now. I'm gonna go pick up Heavy D,
And we're going to take a ride up to the Wasp Nest camp, do a little bit of hunting today. Tomorrow they're calling for heavy rain, so we'll have to see how that plays out. You know, that's the final day of the season. He hasn't been seeing any deer, so hopefully maybe up there we'll get a chance to see some bucks. Everybody keeps talking there's all these bucks up there, but they remain to be seen. I wish Heavy D the best of luck here today, and who knows, maybe I'll see a doe. I'm going to bring the rifle along, so I'm not still 100% sure whether I even want to shoot one. I got a hold of Tiger. He's in really bad shape. He's actually in the hospital. He's been in the hospital the last couple days, and he ain't doing real good at all. But he said he was gonna possibly get released today. You know, he'd have to remain on oxygen at home. So, like I said, I'll keep you guys posted on that as I find out. And wish us luck. We're gonna go to the Wasp Nest camp. Hopefully we see some deer today. Gonna give Demas a few minutes to get back to his stand. Then I'm gonna loop the whole way around. Maybe I'll bump him something. Well, we made it up here to the camp. The plan is for Demas to head back to the stand. So I'm kind of hanging around here a little bit until he texts me, and then I'm gonna walk back. Hopefully I push him something to the stand when I'm going back to the knoll. And we'll give it hell. Tomorrow's supposed to be a lot of rain, so could be a good chance today be the last day I'm hunting. So, like I said, I'll shoot a doe if it's a good mature doe. To be truthful, I'm just hoping Demas happens to see a buck and gets a shot. That would be icing on the cake, and I'll see him back on the knoll. Walking back, I came across a small scrape. Still got a little ways to go. No. Well, I made it back to the stand. Get climbed up and text Heavy D and tell him I made it. It's 8 o'clock. I just made it up into the stand. Well, about an hour's went by, and a little bit of shooting going on behind me. Some people are doing some target shooting, I think, and it's been going on for the last hour, to be truthful with you. Maybe they'll get some deer moving, but Demas so far hasn't seen anything. I haven't seen anything either, which I'm shocked, because normally the turkeys are moving around back here pretty good, but I haven't heard any, haven't seen any. But I'm going to share with you guys some pictures. Some more people have sent me in pictures, so I'm going to go ahead and post them now. I'm going to get back to my hunt. About another hour's passed, and Demas had to get out of the stand. He's getting sick and tired of sitting and not seeing anything, so he decided to get up and go for a little walk. He headed down, actually to my left and down out in front of me. He's walking back towards the gas line. He shot a doe back here years ago, so maybe he'll bump a buck up and get a shot. We'll wait it out and we'll see what happens. Well, Heavy D just shot me a text. He's already back at the truck waiting on me, and I haven't seen a single tail out here. Not a turkey, absolutely nothing. He said he didn't see anything either, so I'm going to crawl down, and I don't know if he wants to go home yet or not. I'm just going to take a walk back. Whatever he wants to do, I'm fine with it, and this video will continue. Well, as you can see, I'm back here at the house, and we made it back home safe. Me and Heavy D decided he didn't want to hunt no more that day, and today is Saturday, and actually rained like in buckets here all day long, and then the winds picked up. We had over 30-mile-an-hour winds, so today was a total bust. So we didn't do any more hunting. We put an end to my rifle season, and to be truthful, I saw 0 deer in rifle season. Believe it or not, I can't believe I didn't see a single deer, but truthfully, I didn't hunt that hard. I really wasn't looking to kill deer anyway, so it didn't matter. I still got to enjoy it. And would I hunt next year around behind my house again? Probably not. So you live and you learn. Heavy D came up empty-handed. He didn't end up getting a deer this year, and he actually did. He hunted, I think, just about every darn day other than today because of the weather. But he saw zero deer. No, I take that back. He did see one doe. He texted me today, and did end up seeing one doe. But Demas didn't get a doe license this year. He was strictly buck hunting. So like I said, we're back here at the house, and it's kind of funny because this is where I started this video from. You know, I watch a lot of videos on YouTube, and I enjoy a lot of people's videos, and I like that they just totally keep it real, and some really don't. But you know, they make it really seem like it's the Outdoor Network, and they go out and they hunt and they talk about this and talk about that, and then they end up shooting a big buck or something, and it's really no different than what you see on the Outdoor Life Network or something. And I'm the type of person, in my opinion, I just like to keep it real because, well, maybe it's real for them that way, but it ain't real that way for me. As you guys can clearly see in my archery part of the video. Now, I could have went out and took all the footage from shooting that deer, and I could have talked about, you know, Tink 69, and I could have talked about all different kind of products, what kind of blind I used, what kind of bow I used, Muzzy broadheads, this, that, and the other, and I could have really discussed those things, and then went out to the blind, shot the deer, found the deer, made it sound like I'm this professional hunter, and truth be known, as you guys saw, that ain't the damn way it happened. But hey, we ended up getting a buck kill, and that's all that really matters. And I will never forget this moment because it was just a great time. You know, it's the most pointed buck I ever shot my whole entire life, so I couldn't be happier. And all in all, to me, it's been a really great season. Also, I've been watching these videos because I'm kind of getting caught up on some videos now that I'm laid off. And I noticed that they're putting ads now in the videos. I'm sure you guys are seeing them too. Hell, there might be ads in this video. Let me first and foremost tell you, nobody pays me to do these videos. So if you're seeing ads in there, I sure in hell ain't getting anything for it or about it. But I do notice a lot of the videos now have ads in it. Maybe it's a YouTube thing. I really don't know. Like I said, I ain't made a video in almost it's been a year now since I made a video. So I guess it'll remain to be seen whether there's ads in my video. Speaking of ads, this is kind of a funny thing. I ended up getting an email from a guy by the name of Grant. He actually makes wallets. And he emailed me and he asked me if I'd be interested in giving him a shout out for his brand for making these wallets. He ended up sending me the website basically to go look at, you know, the wallets that this man makes. He told me if I was willing to give him a shout out on the video that he would actually give me a promo code for you guys to be able to save 5% on a purchase of a wallet, and I would end up getting a little bit of a kickback for anybody that actually used the promo code. So I'm like reading all this, and I'm kind of taking it in, and I'm thinking, you know, this is not really what I make YouTube videos for, is for advertisement purposes. But you know me, I figured, what the hell, let me take a look at this. So I ended up Google searching it, and I came across his website. And I really did some reading on what he actually is making. He's making a product that he tried to make with deer skin, but he said the deer skin was too soft to make, so they ended up coming out with a custom tan leather that would hold up to the elements, and it's unpolished, so it shows all the scratch marks and tick bites and everything else. So another really cool thing he does to these walls, they don't use a sewing machine to put them together. They actually stitch them by hand. They call it saddle stitching. And I didn't even understand what saddle stitching is for. I'm not from a farm, and I didn't raise horses. I don't know anything about it. But my girlfriend grew up in Oregon, and they lived on a ranch, and she knew exactly what saddle stitching was. And she said, actually, if he's using saddle stitching, it's a good quality thing. It's very strong. I ended up emailing the guy back, and I said, listen, you know, I'm not in the market to try to be making any type of money or anything else. I said, but I'll give your brand a shout out. I said, but it's a little hard for me to say it's a good product when I don't actually have the product in my hand to look at it. And I said, you know, I was looking at your website. I was looking at what you sell. I said, I don't carry a whole lot of cash. I said, you know, I carry a driver's license, a few credit cards. And I said, I noticed you have a wallet called the 4-card non-typical bifold. And I said, if I was to purchase a wallet from you, that's probably the one that, you know, would work for me. And he ended up emailing me back, and he appreciated my kind words that I said, you know, told him that I thought it looked like a really good product. So he decided, he asked for my address so he could actually send me a wallet so I could actually take a look at it and give my honest opinion, because that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to give you my absolute honest opinion, whether I think this wallet is worth 10 cents. But I carry it right here in my back pocket. And believe it or not, I really love this wallet. It's not real fat. It doesn't bother my ass. My driver's license and things fit in it. Cards on both sides. And it actually has spots for if you took a $20 bill, or had a few different bills, slide them in both sides. It's actually a really good wallet. And I know this is starting to sound like the longest commercial you ever heard in your damn life, but I do want to give you a shout out, buddy. I hope you make it big with these wallets. You deserve it. I mean, these things are pretty badass in my opinion. So I'm going to put up the website now. And if you would like to go take a look at it and possibly even purchase a wallet from this gentleman, God bless you. The guy's just trying to make a living. So here's the website. One thing I got to find out on a good positive note is our good buddy Tiger got released from the hospital. He's going to remain to be on oxygen for a while, and we will see how it goes. And if you guys could keep him in your thoughts and prayers for a speedy recovery, I greatly appreciate it, and I know Tiger would greatly appreciate it. And I was just so happy. He sent me a picture that he got to come home, and he was in his chair, and he actually sent me the picture, and I'll share that with you guys now. We all love you, brother, and we just want you to get better. Well, time keeps on ticking by, and Christmas is going to be here before we know it, and so is the new year. And it'll be 2022 before you can blink an eye. And how much late season hunting I'm going to actually get to do this year, I have no idea, but I'm planning on doing a little bit. But I said in the beginning of this video, there's a lot of changes going on in my life, and you guys are going to hear some of the changes in my next upcoming video. Like I said, I'm going to try to do a little late season hunting in between. I'm getting my kitchen remodeled after the beginning of the new year. So how much time that engulfs of me, we will soon find out. But there's going to be future videos. So I will put my email at the end of the video like I always do. If you happen to shot a buck and you'd like to see it on the next video, feel free to send it to me. Because like I said, I don't throw anybody's pictures away. You guys are good enough to send them, and I'm good enough to hang on to them and get them on a video. So just keep that in mind. If you'd like to see your picture on a video or a relative of yours on a video, you're more than welcome to go ahead and send it to me. I'll be happy to put it on. I also have two more shout outs that I want to give. This very first one was from up at the Eagles Nest Hunting Club on opening day. Our good friend Kevin Kerr, shot a really nice buck. And I'm sure you're probably thinking, if you saw the picture, his son Chich is standing behind him in the picture. And you're probably thinking, how could you shoot that buck and not let that kid take that shot? You know what I mean? Well, I didn't get the full story because I haven't got a good chance to talk to Vince with everything going on. But there was 2 bucks, is my guess. Chich ended up shooting his own buck. And it's an absolute beautiful buck. And I'm the type, when a kid sends me a picture of a buck, we got to talk about it. And I just want to show you guys a picture of it right now. Congratulations, Chich. That's an absolutely beautiful buck. I couldn't be more happier for you, and all my subscribers are really happy for you too, buddy. Before you know it, you're going to be on the Outdoor Channel. I mean, I think you got an antler's deer your first year, shot a buck your second year, and shot a really big buck this year. So what's in store for your future, I don't know, but it definitely seems like you're on the right track, buddy. You're doing a great job. God bless you, buddy. The second shout out goes to somebody that we never dreamt in a million years would ever shoot a deer in a video in our lives. And this one goes out to Big Mo on Big Mo's Hunting, Fishing, and Camping. And I want to share a picture of it with you guys now. Finally, after all this time, we got a buck on video. But like I said, we're going to put an end to this video because it's run over an hour now. So I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from me and my family to you and all your families. We'll see you on the next one, and it will be coming out in 2022. And I just want to say, like I say at the end of every one of my videos, thanks for watching.